Hello and welcome to a review on both the Gatack Zecter and Kabuto Zecter in the Complete Selection Modification line, Complete CSM. Here, this line are pretty much mostly DX toys, cosplay toys that have been altered into more adult, more collectible forms. Both of these are not mine, they are lent to me by my friend, and both of these are. This one is a Hong Kong ordered version from the Hong Kong Premium Bandai. The Kabuto Zecter one, he got it from a shop, so I'm not quite sure where it came from. Both of these have the same cardboard box, and all of these boxes are pretty much the same size and same cardboard box as any other CSM that we have so far. The big belts like the Decade and the DN one. Yeah. And not much else to see on these boxes. Both sides contain the same print, and all I can say is my friend has a lot of cats, so yeah, keep these boxes away from cats. I can hear collectors online screaming at the screen right now. The presentation on these boxes are pretty amazing as always. They're always very stylized, very classy, very nice look. Close up a photo of the Kamen Rider right there. You can see Kabuto form right there, and here is a look at the Gatack belt. Again, very classy, very stylish, and looking very nice, very polished. The side of the boxes all have the sort of bug-like lining etched into the cardboard. Again, it does look very nice. On the side of the boxes, it just has the logo of the CSM logo again on both these boxes. On the back, you have the basic information warnings and stuff in Japanese, Chinese, English and Korean, since they were all simultaneously sold in all these different regions. Just with every other CSM belt box, the box inside has a second layer, second cover. As you can see it here, showing off the Zecter in its fully henshin form, as well as a printout of the rider's suit, presenting the belt as it were if it was attached to the actual character. Pretty much a 1-to-1 size of the actor right there, printed on the box. And on the side of the box there is a sort of pattern going on. If I just turn add some light there, you should be able to see some of the pattern right there. Same with the Gatack box, just like other CSM, of course, it has the pattern going on. You can see that again in the fully henshin pose, so in this case with both Kabuto riders, it is in the fully cast off pose. However, while the presentation is nice, I don't actually like the way they've done these boxes, because here's what happened when you lift the cardboard. Just like all the other ones, none of these boxes are attached or glued down permanently. They are attached on the side, but you can see here, this cardboard comes off. With the previous cover, you got the expanded polystyrene here, not attached to anything. The side black cardboard is not attached to the bottom, and you got the bottom piece. So in total, you have the bottom piece, top piece, that's 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces all holding together without any glue attaching them. And especially with this cover, this is really annoying. If I'm trying to place this cover back onto the box, you gotta pay attention on all 4 sides, because this thing just flares out, flaps out, and it's just kind of really annoying. The top cover here has a plastic sheet just to cover the actual toy, which is actually not necessary since the toy itself has another plastic thing covering it. As always, both of these belts have instruction sheets in a little poly bag that's placed in the box, and the bag's actually folded in the corner, so they avoid a little window in the box. So that's kind of annoying because you're constantly folding the instruction sheets. But anyway, you got this 4-language sheet saying caution, put the item back in the poly bag before you put it in the package. I've seen this sheet multiple times. It is identical with all the other CSM sheets. You have this. I guess it's the quick guide and warning guide in English, Chinese, traditional Chinese, Japanese and Korean, because the 4 languages. You have the actual full instructions. There's a bit wrinkled up, but here it is. And full instructions, we have the Japanese main page, traditional Chinese on the back. We have Korean, as well as what it says to be Hong Kong Chinese, as well as English on the same page. With the Gatack one, we have the small sheet again, the quick start guide. I guess that's what you would call it. Again with the Chinese and English, Korean, oops, Chinese, traditional Chinese plus English, as well of course as Japanese. And oh look, we have one extra sheet put in there. Wonder what that could be. Coming soon. Awesome. After we lift that second cover, we can see in here we have the Kabuto Zecter, the actual belt itself, and we have the two attachments on each side. You got the normal attachment here, as well as the clock up attachment here. And normally every single piece here is attached in a bag. We'll look more at that with the Gatack one, because that's the new one and the Kabuto one is kind of old. But with the attachments that go on the side, both sets of these are completely identical, metallic, very Bandai silver paint over plastic, standard Velcro strap on back to attach to your belt. These are both the left hand side, which will be replaced when you have the Hyper Zecter, and I'll review that after this video. And you see they're identical, apart from maybe slight weathering effects. You can see a bit of black dirt painted into the grooves of these pieces. Those will be a little bit different, and that's standard because I think those are hand painted, if I'm not mistaken. And this piece is slightly heavier because it has the clock up sound effect going on. My friend has removed the battery on the Kabuto one, but they are like identical. The front piece here doesn't move anything and actually looks identical to the other side. However, when you look at the back, you can see it's quite different. Again, it's got the Velcro strap going on. This Velcro strap is quite easily removable if you need to replace the batteries. The batteries used in here are the same as guide memories, lock seats, etc. The standard sort of, I think it's got LR44, whatever. And you also have a peg here that stops the battery from leaking. If you do want to replace the battery, you can just unscrew that, replace, lift up the entire piece, and there you go. Again, another difference between the front here and all these pieces is that the speaker holes are molded into the plastic, but there are no holes on the other side. And this just goes on for quite a while until you push it again. Well, you don't have to push it, but you can if you want to. That was about, what, 30 seconds, 20 seconds? Let's do that again. And just to protect the batteries, stick this tab back in this little slot and strap this down. Notice that the front does not move. You don't actually push this. The mechanism is on here. This is the spring-loaded piece. And there you go. So, both this and the Gatack Zecter and belt are attached. Like, pretty much the box is very similar overall. You pull out these 4 pieces of expanded polystyrene, and you'll be able to get this belt and this backing piece out. As you can see with the new Gatack belt and Zecter, everything is in bags. So I'm just going to lift the belt out from this bag, and as you can see here, this one is also separate, this backing piece, and this piece does have a Gatack logo. Everything's in bags. The Gatack belt is in a long bag, so you're going to have to detach the strap on the back and then lift the entire belt from the bag, and you have it released. Unlike the DX version of the toys, the belt itself is actually identical to each other. With the DX version, I think one of them is shorter than the other, and they're not really that compatible. From what I remember, I could be wrong, but with the CSM at least, the belts are completely identical in terms of molding and size and length. And of course, with one of these, the length is a lot longer than the standard DX toy. Right now, with the strap fully tied up, it is around the same length of a DX toy. It's still a little bit longer than the DX toy, but of course you can see you have a grey strap on the back which you can extend, which makes it into a sort of adult length. Now the molding is the same, but the paint is a little bit different. You can see the Gatack Zecter Gatack belt has the blue buttons, blue release buttons, metallic coloring, and the Kabuto one has it in metallic red. Inside here, the paint is a little bit different. There's silver print on both of these on the side, on the tracks, gold as well. But the Kabuto one has silver and green, whereas the Gatack one doesn't have any paint. It's just simple black plastic with red metallic inside there. Flipping these around, you can see that right there you have some numbers and stuff printed on there in the mold, metallic and stuff. The Kabuto belt is once again identical on the back and just has a slightly different number going on. 2006 Bandai, and the bottom one says 2006 Bandai. So these have kept the years of the original release of the series, and I'm wondering if this is just a remold of the original DX toy. Quick look at the backing piece. Just like all the other pieces, they are attached by Velcro straps. I think actually this way is the way up. Whoops. And you can see both of them have a very simple mold look of the Zecters. And then this whole piece is very light, just like the other pieces, just plastic with the strap, and there is a little bit of weathering paint on both of these. Finally, just before I move on to activating these Zecters, both of them have this little plastic shell going on, whoops, falling out, and a little plastic bottom right here to protect the Zecters. The Gatack one is the same, and there is actually a soft plastic sheet holding it as well. So I just pull that out. Don't fall. Pull out the Zecter right there. You can see there was originally a plastic sheet holding this. Same with the Kabuto Zecter, but of course, as always, my friend doesn't really care about that, so he's removed it and just crunched them all up into the corners of these corners of the box. So both Zecters come out of the box in the cast-off mode. So we just push this down, close it, and move it back here, and it's been returned back to, well, pre-henshin. Just like the DX toy, we have 3 buttons up here. The horn activates 1, 2, and 3. It's in 3 different click modes, so that's 1, 2, 3, 6 buttons so far. And of course, when this opens, it clicks a little button here. There's a little black button there, which springs this open, so it is spring-loaded. There's also, you can also open these two up, so the wings going on, and underneath here you can actually see a little bit more details on the Zecter itself. The power on switch is on here, black and hidden, unlike the DX toy, and the horn itself. And the DX toy, there's a lot of screw holes on this. It's all gone because this entire horn piece down to here is all die-cast metal. The paint itself isn't that great though. This is also, I can't really say for sure, but with the Gatack Zecter, there's a few areas where the paint seems to be a little bit missing. For example, on the bottom here, right there, there's a huge chip of silver right there, so the blue didn't quite cover up all the paint, and there's a few issues with paint here, just slightly uneven, so it's a little bit annoying. The Gatack Zecter has less buttons because this is based on a DX toy of a secondary rider, so of course it's not as important back then, so even the suit was designed to have less buttons. So you have the horns and you have this button, and that's pretty much it. Both of these of course are a lot heavier with the die-cast metal. With Gatack, this whole horn piece is also the metal part. So oh yeah, the button for the Gatack one's also on the back. And yeah, both of these have very similar back plates, and you just push this little bumper down and you can slide this plate, and you can attach 2 AAA batteries, and both these use 2 AAA batteries just like most DX and CSM toys. Let's finally turn this on. Let's do that again. So currently you can push these buttons. All of these 3 buttons actually activate the same button on the circuit board, so it doesn't matter which one you press, they will do the exact same thing. Same with the rider kick, you have 1, 2, 3 here, but you can press the same button 3 times, does the same thing. Press it in different orders, it does the same thing. So currently in this closed mode, let's open this up, and yeah, this thing has actually a click on when it closes and opens, so it doesn't flap around when it's open, which is good. Let's push these number buttons and see what sounds it makes. This says danger. Not really sure what that is. You cannot open the horn fully when these rings are open, so you're going to have to close them up. See, just... So it says mistake, And both these sectors have a tiny little button here, which is very similar to the little trigger on the decade driver when it signifies that it's opened. That's the little trigger button that these belts activate. So, time to transform. Put this on the track and slide it forward. Henshin. Whoops. So right now in his closed form it will only do that noise, which I think kind of sounds like him moving when he's got the heavy armor on. Pull this. Cast off. You have the bright green LED in the middle and the red LED is surrounding it. The middle button is a timer, a charge up form, but it's always ignored if you push the horn all the way. It will just skip right ahead. So let's do the rider kick. And I'll demonstrate this is the buttons is the same, so just go. You don't have to close that, you just go. Actually, no, you do have to close it. Whoops. And of course, it doesn't matter if you put on or not. If you remove the belt, hold down both these buttons on top and bottom, slide it out, and it does that noise. So let's do it again. And that's it with the Kabuto Zecter. Let's do the Gatack one. So, power on. Do that again. Right, that actually says mistake, but it's very filtered, so it's hard to tell. This is sort of like a bottle opener to you, like when you do that. Anyway, Henshin. Again, slide it on the track. So this has like yellow and red LEDs, looks kind of cool. Let's do that again. Cast off. Let's do that again. That wasn't very good with that clicking in the wrong place. So there you go. So the size of these have been adjusted to sort of match each other. The Gatack Zecter definitely looks a lot bigger than from what I can tell for the DX toys. The Kabuto Zecter also a little bit bigger from what I recall from other online sources, but either way both of these are way better than the DX counterparts. The Gatack Zecter, while physically does not have as many buttons as the Kabuto Zecter, actually has the same amount of sounds featured in it, because let's think about this. Both of these, the three buttons are actually one, so we're going to count that as one. So we have one button right there that will do sounds before you attach it to the belt, so that's one. Opening the horn or pushing the horn while not having it attached to the belt, it makes an error noise, so that's two. Attaching it to the belt triggers the henshin now, that's 3. Both these have charge ups in the middle, so that's 4. Opening it up, cast off, that's 5. Rider kick is the same button, so 1, 2, 3. Or pushing that button before casting off makes a noise, so that's 6 and 7. And rider kick, pushing it back gets the rider kick noise, so that's 8 noises. So yeah, and of course taking it off, that's 9. So both these pretty much have 9 noises. The only thing I think that would be extra is when you close this back up, it makes 1 extra noise. So the Kabuto Zecter has 1 extra noise, and it's actually a lot smaller than the Gatack one. So both of these are literally identical in terms of playability, and both of them are pretty good. Obviously they're not as playable as more recent riders since the Decker driver, because that's not what they were designed to do. And both these have the clock up sound that was not included with the DX one. So you have a longer belt, and I am a adult Caucasian mix boy, and I admit I'm quite chubby. I'm trying to lose my weight, but I'm quite chubby, and I'm still able to wear these very comfortably when the strap is fully extended. However, with that, you do have the issue of not having the pattern go all the way to the back of the belt, which is to be expected with some of these. Here's hoping that later releases they'll add a few extra plastic bits to go on the belt if you do want to extend it. So yeah, I can comfortably wear these. There's extra noise. Diecast metal does look pretty good, although there are a little bit of paint flaws. Extra noise, extra playability. Yeah, if you never got the DX versions, definitely pick this up if you are a fan of Kabuto. If you want a rider belt with a lot of playability, these are not the ones to go for. The ones to go for are after decade, unfortunately. So this is a collector's item, a toy for people who never got the original DX one because they weren't old enough to watch Kamen Rider back then, or just weren't aware. And the price going for this, well, I think the Kabuto one is still quite readily available in the toy malls in Hong Kong. The Gatack one is like a 780 plus shipping, so let's say 900 plus shipping Hong Kong dollars, which is double the price of the original DX toys when they were first released, but definitely similar price now, since the price have spiked. So yeah, if you want a Kabuto belt and you think 900 Hong Kong dollars is a reasonable price, obviously you have to pay extra shipping for that, then by all means go check these out. The sound is loud, the LEDs are bright, and as a cosplay item these are excellent. For other people looking for a toy just to play around with and a lot of playability, I can't recommend this to you at all. If you've enjoyed this video or found it useful, please consider clicking the like button, subscribe button, or leaving a comment below on how you feel about these rider belts, the CSM collection in general, or if you have any of the original CS belts, let us know how you feel about those. I am very excited for the Fies gear. Rumors is that it will come with the suitcase, and hopefully it will come out with all the rest of the equipment, because every single other piece of Fies DX equipment is bloody expensive. And please check out my other videos on other Kamen Rider toys, from figures, candy toys, to other DX and CSM belts. With the last one being the DN gun. Check those out, hopefully without ad block. I would appreciate that a lot. And you can check out Patreon too, I appreciate that as well. So I can make more videos more often for you guys. And as always, take care and have a nice day. I will see you guys soon. Bye bye now. Henshin. No wait, I should be saying open your eyes for the next prize.